I'm currently getting ready. I'm going out to a cafe with my sister today. My brother has a bunch of friends over today. I don't really want to be home for that, respectfully. Nothing wrong with him. It just can get quite rambunctious when everyone's here. So I think we're just gonna go out and spend our afternoon at a cafe. I'm going to a friend's housewarming party in a bit. It starts in 7 minutes, but I'm about to be quite late. So get ready with me as I face my existential end of the year dread. End of the year blues. I'm very grateful to say that I, at the end of the year, rarely look back on my year and feel disappointed with myself. And I rarely feel like I didn't accomplish enough each year. And this year was definitely no different. I just feel a lot of uncertainty going into this next year because I place a lot of value, if you can't tell already, on my professional achievements, and namely one of them is having a job. So having a lot of job uncertainty makes me feel anxious. And I was able to talk about it today in therapy, which was good. This year in particular, I feel very proud of all of my achievements, and this year was truly a whirlwind. Like, there was so much uncertainty, and through it all, I feel like just very proud of myself for the way that I handled situations and conversations. And I feel like me a year ago versus me now is honestly not that like drastic of a difference. In some ways, I'm more confused now than I was last year. And it scares me because I know that growth isn't linear by any means. Sometimes I just feel like I'm regressing. So today I just felt so sad, and I don't really know why. It might have been because I started a new book, and the book was honestly like depressing. It's about like this mom, single mother, whose son is the sole suspect. Well, he gets arrested for first-degree murder charges because the police think that he murdered his girlfriend. And the town is in shambles because they live in a small town. So it's that kind of story. And the storyline keeps jumping back and forth. And it's by one of my favorite authors. So it's been really good so far. I'm like 1/3 of the way done, and I just started it today. But something about this book, or maybe just feeling end of the year blues, I just started feeling really sad all of a sudden. And I don't really know why. I feel sad every once in a while. I would say I've had this conversation with friends before where I'm like, you guys don't feel sad once every couple months, just like really sad for absolutely no reason, even though your life is honestly going well and there's no reason. There's no strict concrete reason to be sad about anything. Like, that's just not like a normal occurrence for you guys. To which everybody responds, no, that is not normal. Please seek help. And I have been seeking help, so that's been a good change in my life. I've been in therapy for like a month. And just as everyone has said, everybody's like, you should go to therapy. Everybody's been saying this to me since I was in college. And I know everyone's been right. However, I'm just a very stingy person when it comes to money. As much as I was someone to preach about how much your mental health is important, I did not think that I qualified for therapy. Like, I always knew I needed it, but I always felt that like the time wasn't right, or it was a financial expense that I don't want to say wasn't worth it, but I didn't make it a priority, clearly. This past month going into therapy has been really helpful because I've had a lot of like career questions like that I've been wrestling with, and then just feeling a lot of uncertainty on that front. Getting to unpack a lot of my like core beliefs and understandings of like just, I mean, everyone says this about therapy, but like why you are the way that you are. So I have a friend's giving Christmas holiday gathering today, and I mean, started at 5, and it's 5 o'clock right now, and I'm just starting to get ready. Part of it is just because I've been having intense period cramps today. A lot of my friends are in relationships. I can tell when people actively try to make plans, and when I initiate and they like actually want to hang out with me. As somebody who is single, I really appreciate that my friends that are married and that aren't single like still make time for me. I was really excited for this for this housewarming party because I love them as a couple, Krista and her husband Daniel. I love them. They're such great people and just so easy to spend my time with, and Krista and I just get along swimmingly, and Daniel is so perceptive, and I just really appreciate his input on everything and like his honesty and his like, I don't know if Krista would disagree with me, but he's just very like secure. Like, he just seems so sure about things. I like asking them for advice. And Krista is just like, we just understand each other. We're both Enneagram 4s. We are both like reading a lot. We're both like emotional. We're both Taiwanese. She just gets me, and I appreciate friendships like that. Do I have blush blindness? I don't know if I do. But what I was going to say is, like, I know this sounds like extremely depressing for like literally no reason, but just hear me out. What I feel towards friendships is that sometimes I feel sad and I feel lonely because it feels like all of my friends, like they're my friends and I love them dearly, and I have no question in my heart like whether they see me as a friend or not. I just feel like all my friends have other friends that they're closer to and would choose over me. I don't like making friendship into a game of choice at all, but sometimes that's just the reality of things. As we get older, everyone has less time to give to people, and I think like time commitment is just like such a real thing because everybody's busy and we're adults. Sometimes I feel like my friends don't have time for me because they have other friends, or they have boyfriends, or they have husbands, and they have husbands' friends and boyfriends' friends, and husband and boyfriend's family, whereas I just have my friends and my family, and my friends have all these other people they also need to divvy up their time with. And sometimes I feel very selfish because I feel like I'm asking for too much. I'm asking for people to always be available for me, and that's something that I'm also trying to work on because I don't own anyone and no one's time is for me to hold onto. But it can feel lonely when the X amount of people that I have in my circle, they don't have time for me because they have other people to be friends with. And it's just kind of like that's just part of growing up and like being an adult and having friends from so many different parts of life. Sometimes it makes me sad to think about, and I don't want to dwell on it for too long because, yeah, it just makes me sad. And I try to not wallow in my loneliness for too long because it's unproductive. All this to say is I don't really know anyone. I know the hosts, Krista and Daniel, and I know a couple of their friends because we all went to high school together, but I wasn't particularly close with any of them, but just feeling like social anxiety of just being really nervous that I'm not gonna get along with anyone, or that everyone will think I'm boring or weird, or that no one will talk to me because everyone already is friends with everybody else, and then I'll just feel left out, or that people will talk to me out of pity. So that's just what I'm feeling anxious about at the moment. The more I talk about it, I thought it would be alleviating of the stress and the pressure, but I actually feel more anxious now.
Do you want it? You want
Why my iPhone?
Wait. So do I trade with the person I steal from?
Yeah.
No, put it back in the hunt, steal from someone, and then they can choose.
What?
You don't have a check-in bag?
I don't. I have a carry-on.
You certainly need this more than me.
Oh boy.
Drink it tonight.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It's a lot of
Hello, I'm back at home now after the housewarming. I just showered and I'm about to go to bed because it is 4 a.m. I have not stayed up this late in quite a while. Overall, this was such a fun event, and whenever I feel like social anxiety, I like to think back on moments like this, like after an event, after I've gone home and I've been in my own bubble of peace and quiet for a while, and I think about how much fun I had and how I was so nervous beforehand, and everything turned out okay. I'm very grateful that it's another one of those situations where it comes out as a success story, that everything turned out all right and all of my worst fears did not come true. As much as I like to say that I'm an introvert, I am still an extroverted introvert, so I still like these moments of connection and meeting new people. It was pretty scary and intimidating, like entering their apartment, recognizing a couple faces, but not like really knowing people, just having no one to talk to. There were a couple of times where I just sat on the couch by myself, and honestly, it was fine. I think because I'm comfortable being alone like that, it didn't feel like anyone was like watching me or judging me at all. I had a lot of fun. And cheers to everybody I met and to the people that I talked to about me having a fun little YouTube account. And if you're watching this, hello.
It's in Fullerton. Okay, I can't vlog in public. I don't like talking in public to the camera.
I feel like I can do it with a person. If it's by myself, I'd be like,
that's why I'm able to do this. Or else I wouldn't be able to.
That's true. That's fair.
I'm too self-conscious.
The flight. People be getting the flight, but
We didn't want it.
we didn't want it. There's just only two of us. We're gonna recruit.
We would have been like,
Yeah.
it's like one whole shot of matcha in every flight.
That's true.
That would have been 4 drinks.
That's true.
So we didn't get it.
So next time, well, we wanted to try the matcha. Like, if we actually like the matcha, we'll come back for the flight. We're very picky about our matcha. But do you want me to mix it and then, like, or do you, yeah? Okay.
Wait, I can just stir it.
You can do that too. Dude, I felt like we were waiting like 30 minutes for it. Right? This green's not bad. Whoa, crazy. Hi, cheers! It's actually sweeter than I thought. It's really sweet. Yeah, it's 75. That's crazy. This is like actually, I like my matcha sweet, and this is like sweet.
It tastes like...
This, be nice.
I'm finding it.
It take you that long to find it?
It does.
When you get boba and milk tea balls.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's different than... It tastes different somehow than when you get matchas at cafes.
You know what the difference is? I think at both places, it tastes like this because of the brown sugar, the boba brown sugar. And so it like ends up tasting like this, but there's no boba in this, so I don't know what happened. Maybe it's like caramelized brown sugar.
Sweeten it with brown sugar.
I usually sweeten mine with brown sugar too.
Are you ready? Very spicy. Very spicy. Look at that. Look at that. I sweat.
Jeez,